Number 7 SMU looks to extend their home winning streak to 9 as 3-6 Texas Tech comes to town, but the Red Raiders have won the last 14 matchups between these two squads, having a 32-16 lead in the overall series. First quarter action, it's Neil Burcham in the shotgun finding Steven Nelson from 8 yards out on the touchdown connection, and SMU is off to a good start with a 7-0 lead as Neil Burcham on 3rd down and 3 was able to find his receiver Nelson over the middle of the field, and Nelson did the rest, getting into the end zone and giving SMU the early 7-0 advantage. After a Texas Tech punt, it's Neil Burcham again looking to throw. This time he's going deep down the field for Derek Thompson, but it's intercepted by the Red Raiders' Keenan Ward, and that was not a very good job for Burcham looking to avoid the turnover, but it hasn't gotten the Mustangs in trouble yet as they still have the early 7-0 lead. This is 2nd and 5 for Davis Webb in the Red Raider offense. He'll look to throw, dances around in the pocket a little bit, and flings it to the other team. That's Hayden Greenbauer of the Mustangs coming away with the interception and making the return back across midfield. A turnover apiece on each side so far here in the first quarter, but it's still a 7-0 SMU lead after Hayden Greenbauer comes away with the INT. As he makes a nice return up the field to across the 50, it would lead to an SMU drive down inside the 10-yard line. It's 1st down and 10. It's Burcham. Not inside the 10, but inside the 15. He'll find Traylon Sheed off the halfback screen pass for a 14-yard touchdown connection. And suddenly SMU has doubled their advantage from 7 to 14. As you take a look at Burcham, nobody was on that side of the field to cover Sheed, and he scores from 14 yards out. SMU now up 14-0. On 4th and 1, the Red Raiders' next drive. It's Webb sending a man in motion from left to right and handing it off to the fullback who's normally an offensive tackle. That's Cody Hayes. He scores from 6 yards out. It gets the Red Raiders on the board at 14-7 as Cody Hayes has to be excited, and his family and the Red Raider faithful are excited for a touchdown. 14-7 SMU. But it's not for long as Derek Thompson is being the centered on here. Burcham finds him from 26 yards out on the touchdown connection, and nobody wanted to play defense on the Mustangs' best receiver. 21-7 SMU after Burcham just flings it as fast as he can, and Derek Thompson does the rest. 21-7 touchdown Mustangs. After a Texas Tech punt, it's 1st and goal. Burcham will hand off to Sheed on the option. He'll score from 4 yards out. You get your alliterations going as 28-7 SMU now on top. As the Mustangs look to already put an end to any speculation as to whether they'll come out with a win. Another Texas Tech punt. It's 28-7. 1st and goal for Burcham. This time it's an option keeper, and he'll score from 2 yards out. And SMU looks to finally end the Raider rash that they've had over the last 15 matchups. They are up 35-7, and we're not even to halftime. This is Texas Tech on their next drive. 1st down and 10 for Davis Webb. He'll hand off to Kenny Williams running to the right side, and nobody's going to get there in time. He goes untouched until he makes it to the pylon. A 20-yard touchdown run for Kenny Williams. 35-14. SMU now on top with 36 seconds to go in the half. But why would you add on under 10 seconds to go? It's Neil Burcham flinging it to the end zone to Darius Joseph from 16 yards out, and SMU would have their largest lead of the game again at 28, 42-14 at halftime after Burcham finds Joseph for another touchdown strike. 1st and goal in the 3rd quarter. It's Burcham handing off to Sheed on the halfback counter. This time he'll score from 9 yards out. SMU continues to add on. It's 49-14 here in the 3rd quarter. After both teams trade possessions, it's the 4th quarter. 1st and goal for Burcham, and he'll keep it on the option, scoring from 3 yards out, a touchdown. SMU up 56-14, and they finally pick up a win in this series over Texas Tech. But it's not by the final score of 56-14. Instead, it's Connor Preston under 10 seconds to go in the game. He'll score from 6 yards out with the backups in, and SMU obliterates the Red Raiders 63-14 today at home, picking up their first win in the series since 1986. With the win, SMU improves to 8-2 and 4-2 in Southwest Conference play, while Texas Tech falls to 3-7 and only 1-5 in conference play. Next up for the Mustangs is senior day at home against more rivals. This time it's the Houston Cougars. Can the Mustangs move to double digits in their home winning streak? Find out next week here on Be Wildcat 2.